Hello. I hope y'all doing good. Let me be comfortable right here. Okay, that's better. But I wanted to talk about myself. I have some things written down. Um, so it's about emotions. My kitty cat. Well, anyways, it's about emotions. It's about. Okay, let me get to the point. but um, I want to share something about myself. When it comes to my situations, right? My whole life, I've always been the type of person feeling left out, feeling like nobody gets me the way I do when it comes to people and situations. I've always felt like I was way too deep with emotions, which I am, but I changed my perspective when it comes to myself. Um, but I always like literally everybody that I've met before always um had these comments of I'm too deep or I'm too sensitive or um ain't that deep. Yeah. And that's because yeah, so because of those comments I made myself fall through them, and I was always in my head about it. And that was whenever I let people be in my head about the circumstances, I was putting myself down in a way for the longest. I always wanted to run away from it, you know? Yeah, so I was basically not accepting who I was. And yeah, I was not accepting who I was. Basically, that side of me, because there's a side of me that is way too sensitive. Actually, let me go back to that because I'm a sensitive person. I am deep, but it's I changed my perspective. I used to think it was a really bad thing, and like I was basically trying to change myself. I was trying to figure out what was the problem, or if I had a problem, or if this and that. But that's just who I am, and I'm grateful to be who I am and who I'm becoming. But yeah, I was putting myself down for the longest time because of those comments. Those comments made myself put like made me think negative about myself. I want you to know that if you resonate to this, I want you to know that it's okay to be different from others, and if even if you are not a sensitive soul and you meet someone that is sensitive, way too sensitive than other people, it's okay, you know? It's okay for them to feel sensitive. It's okay to be a sensitive soul. It's okay to be different from others. It's okay to be a little too sensitive than others again. It's okay to feel deeply. That's a beautiful gift that God and the universe gave you. Is feel too deeply It's okay to be kind to others. It's okay to love deeply. It's okay to always feel people's emotions. It's okay to always understand them even if you don't get that in return. Of course it gets overwhelmed because nobody in my situation, nobody it was hard for people to like, I never got in return what I was given. And whenever it comes to a sensitive soul, whenever it comes to you feeling deep in a way, you have you have to have boundaries for yourself. You have to have boundaries and yeah, you have to have boundaries for yourself and the others around you, because if you don't, you're gonna get hurt. You know, you will go through really hardish situations just for you to have those boundaries, just for you to step up for yourself. So might as well just do it. Just do the boundaries. Don't wait until you get hardish situations. Don't wait for those, yeah, those hardish situations. You can avoid them, you know. If you, this is whenever it comes to like, whenever I what I just said about uh like having boundaries and this and that. If you are barely getting to know yourself in a way within, if you are barely trying to figure out your gifts in a way, yeah, that's what I recommend. Having the boundaries. First thing, having boundaries with yourself. Step up for yourself. Okay. So yeah, it's okay to be different. If you like, if you don't like that about yourself, practice every day. Practice. Go to the mirror, and you don't even have to go to the mirror. You know, you have to just touch your body. Say love things about yourself. Type things that you don't understand about yourself, and then you go back, and then like you're gonna be like, oh, okay. This is where uh this is where this comes from. Okay, this is where the other thing comes from, and that's how your mind expands. That's how in a spirituality way you expand. And yeah, so what others say or think about you, oh yeah, don't let them get in your head. I probably said this already, but don't let them get in your head just because of the way that they think, or they think about you, or like what they say about you. Because again, if you know yourself, get to know yourself. Because if you know yourself, if you know your purpose, if you know your soul, if you know who you are, if you know how much you value, if you know yourself, nobody will get to you. Nobody will put you. You will not let nobody put you down. And I had to learn that in a hard way. But it's okay because the every hardest situation, you know, every hardest situation that people go through, use that as tools. There's gonna be a point of, okay, I already learned this, I already learned that, I already pum 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 pum. Okay, universe, okay, God, thank you. Now I'm gonna use the tools that you made me experience in order for me to become this person. Okay. Always be there for yourself. Love yourself and heal those parts of you that you only know in order for you to move forward. Make space for those blessings. Show the universe that you are ready. They are waiting for you with open arms. That's what it is. They're literally they're literally standing there with open arms and looking at you and be like, come on, you got this. Come on, you almost there. And they just there waiting for you. So just go for it. Go for it and walk in the dark situations. Face your ego, face the dark. This is what I imagine, like in the dark, a dark room, right? And you're trying to use the light, like the lighter, and you're trying to light it while you walk in the dark room. That's what I imagine. But with you have to be grateful with all the hardish situations. You have to be grateful of the progress. You have to enjoy the progress of becoming, because you will look back one day and be like, damn, I went through like damn, okay, I did this, okay, I did that, and you're gonna be so proud of yourself. You're gonna be leaving. But yes, you're strong and you are capable way more than you think. But yes, that was the message. I hope you enjoy it. And this is one of my experiences. Whenever it comes to yourself, don't don't be so hardish on yourself neither. You know, if it's your first time experiencing things just like anybody else, be kind to yourself, love yourself. Much love.